everybody! Hello, hello, hello!
How's it going?
I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we're the Wellness Warriors, or the WW Gays. I hope you guys are having a great week. Welcome to our Sunday night fireside chat, our beautiful fire. Thank goodness it's so nice and toasty. Actually, as we have all the windows open because we were complaining about how warm and humid it is in here, and all of a sudden we're sitting inside this beautiful fire.
Well, I am wearing flip-flops today.
Me too.
I retired the socks for a day.
I'm going to say it early. We did groceries on Friday in
shorts. We were outside in shorts on Saturday.
It was so exciting. It was
like,
absolutely exciting. Absolutely exciting.
You have to understand, we love shorts.
Love them.
We love shorts. We love tank tops.
We wear shorts all year long. We wear shorts indoors all the time. Actually, the last 2 winters we've been wearing pants
because we're thinner and we're colder.
Yeah,
so yes, we can't wear shorts as long, but it's definitely still one of our favorite pieces of attire, as well as tank tops. Which is funny because that's something we never used to wear.
Never.
Tank tops were never part of our muscle shirts were never part of our attire before. We had the ones with
there's a little bit of muscle there, so it's okay. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's okay no matter what, but it's how you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah, we never.
Everybody has their degree of comfortability, being comfortable in certain clothes they wear, and it's fun when you get to try something new out.
So we do have some mail this week. We want to show you guys this one. We actually waited for the live show. Carol sent us these masks.
And they're so cute.
Little kitty paws.
They're paws, and they're rainbow colored, and they're lined, and there's everything.
They're like triple
flare. What was so cute in the message, in her little note, she asked us, she's like, I hope you'll wear them and they're not too flashy for you. I was like, flashy? I'm like, you have nothing to worry about. I walked around, oh my goodness, I have to tell this quick story. So you know the socks that I was wearing for the live weigh-in yesterday, which Nick wore last week. They're the long rainbow socks up to your knees. So we get a package in the mail yesterday, and it gets mailed to the downstairs lobby, right? So I'm like, I'm going to go downstairs and get our Amazon package. So I get in, and for the last 2 years that we've lived in this condo, we've barely seen anybody because it's very, very...
It's been locked down.
It's been locked down. So there's been a rare occasion. Every single moment I walked out of the door, two neighbors were out in the hallway. I went to the elevator. Someone came out. Another person was in. I had to wait for the next elevator. I went down to the next floor. 3 teenagers were there. I walked downstairs. There's like 6 people. I'm like, my goodness, I've never seen so many people. And they're all laughing at. They're not laughing at me, but everybody kept saying, "I love your socks. I love your socks. I love your socks." So nothing's too flashy.
No, nothing's too flashy.
Nothing's too flashy.
You should see some of the shirts we got. So you'll see those when they come in.
So Carol, thank you so much for the masks. We love them, and we will definitely get a lot of use out of them.
And we do have a special guest tonight, Wanda. So want to say a quick hi, Wanda?
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
Thanks for being here.
So Wanda's our co-host with us tonight. Yeah. So throughout the night, if you have questions for her, raise your hand if you want to talk to us. Remember that we are live streaming to YouTube right now. Yes. So if you raise your hand and you don't want to be on camera, you can take your camera off and you can still ask us questions. And you can ask us or Wanda any topic. We're going to be talking about habits today at some point.
Yeah.
And so we hope, Wanda, you join us to talk about habits. We will run through a few updates first, right?
Yeah, we did want to talk about our track in April. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that right now, that we're still doing the tracking challenge in our Facebook group, because it's been really helping. Nick, I've been terrible. I've been
doing the check boxes.
He's been better. He's been tracking. I've been tracking through him. So I'm to get back by osmosis. But I know he has less points than I do. Yeah. So if he's done, I know I'm definitely. I have probably 2 points more than him, but I don't bother to go get them. Yeah. So.
And this week we weighed in. So please share your celebrations. Yes. Please share them in chat. I go down 5.5 this week,
and I'm down 3.5 this week.
And we want to talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people, when they see those swings in weights that we do, we gained 6.4 last week, and we lost 5. I lost 5.5 this week. You gained 4.4, lost 3.5. And so what we want to talk to you guys about is that we're not saying that this is the prescribed solution or the right thing to do. This is the journey that works for us. This is what we've learned in order to make this successful for us. We can't be 2 guys that can deprive ourselves of our indulgences forever. We have to have them once in a while. And so when we're on vacation, we often plan to indulge a bit more. And so we know the chances are we will gain weight. The trick we have is that we always come back to tracking right away. Back in the day, we never did that. Back in the day, we go on a cruise, gain weight, we come back like, oh, let's have a few more days, we're still on vacation, right? And then we keep eating and it would last another month. Now, when we go on vacation, we know the second that time frame is done and we've done our indulgence, we go right back to doing what we were doing before. That's one of the key things we had to learn to make this successful for us. So I don't want anybody to look at our weights, the way we do stuff, as the solution for you. It might be something that works for you, but it might not work for you as well.
And you have to take into consideration that we know and pick and decide when this is going to happen. It's not like we decide that we're going to gain weight, but we're deciding that we're going to indulge, which in our minds knows that could lead us into being at a different number than we normally are on the scale. But when we are able to get back on track and feel good about what we're doing, that's the important part. So that's what we always want to make sure you understand. Do what works for you. Don't follow what anybody else, don't follow what other people tell you. If you are on your journey right now and things are working and you're not needing to modify anything or change anything, then even better for you. But if you are struggling, look at things that you can change. Try something else.
Try something
Switch
different.
It up a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to read some of the celebrations in Zoom. So Sue switched to green plan and started going for her walks. Sarah gained 1.1. Ellen's down 0.6. Charlotte 2.2. Went for a run today for Beth.
Lisa Scott here said she watched Wanda's interview and it was great. She absolutely loved it. And then Nancy here also enjoyed watching our cruise videos. So that's awesome.
I saw someone also on Facebook get the last comment. They saw us on Barrie.
Yes, Donna said she saw us in Barrie on Saturday and she's a newbie. And she says, thank you so much for the encouragement. Oh, hi, Donna. We're so glad we were able to help you out and encourage you.
Jerry loves the tracking challenge. Valerie's down 1.3. Rosie was just a purple, changed it up. She lost 1 point. That's awesome, Rosie. 0.4 for
speak so fast sometimes.
Kim's corner. Way to go, everyone. Carrie's down minus 6
pounds. Wow, amazing, Carrie.
Hiked 8 miles today for Laura.
Wow.
Stayed to St. Mary. That's so awesome, guys. I love seeing these celebrations. I love seeing that every week now. And I'm loving this, guys. And I'll emphasize this right now because I'm noticing it in Zoom. You guys are actually putting a lot more NSVs now. I've noticed this. I've noticed the pattern. When we first started these Zoom celebrations, everything was about weights back in the day.
Yeah.
And now half the stuff you guys posted today were, I went for a hike. I did this. I did that. I love seeing the change in you guys.
And congratulations, Leslie, on your new job. Can't wait to hear how it's been going. That's so awesome. Yeah. When you get put into a new situation, you get offered a new situation, and it's going to be an amazing new adventure for you. So congrats. I'm
so glad. I love seeing these celebrations, guys. I love seeing people just trying new things because you know what? You being here every week, you continuing to try is what's going to make you successful. I know sometimes it seems it's a long road.
And it's so funny because it comes from that children's story, right? Yeah. It's the little engine that could. Like, honestly, when you really keep that in mind, and I think I can. Well, the more you say it, the more you believe it, and the more it actually is true. Like, it's no longer I think I can. I think we got to remove the think and say I can. I can. Yeah. I just can't expect it to happen tomorrow.
Right away. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Another thing we just posted earlier today about a new workout we've been doing.
Yeah.
So we discovered this girl on YouTube called Olivia Lawson. And we discovered her a few weeks ago. We've been doing some videos, but this week she's been having a step challenge. Every day she comes out with a new walking challenge. First day was 1,000 steps. Second day was 2,000.
And it's up to 7,000
It's up to 7,000 now. Today we did the 6,000 one today.
I thought it was the 7,000. It was 43 minutes.
Yeah. So basically these classes are just repetitive movement for a fixed period of time to dance music. But she makes it that you can put any music to the actual exercises you want. So if you love country music, put on some country music.
And just follow her. One of the movements is it's not high intensity. This is what you're doing for 60 seconds.
And then you go
other side.
And so the exercises are, if you're looking for something that's higher than a body and a body boost, the next level after that, if you're looking for something a little more intense, that would be your next level. Because the next level after that would be like body attack, which is like insane, which if anybody knows those classes, body attack or crazy, or body step, those are very high intensity. So if you're looking at something in between, like if you're ready to do something more, you could try that.
And her name is Olivia Lawson.
Yeah, Olivia Lawson.
Did I see that Scott lost 100 pounds? Somebody was putting that in chat. Is Scott here?
Scott Renicke's not here.
Oh, he's not.
No, somebody was saying too bad he's not here because we wanted to celebrate his 100.
He said he might pop in, so we'll keep checking if he joins.
Yeah,
if
he did hit his 100-pound weight loss mark this weekend, which is phenomenal. He got his picture taken in the workshop, so
yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I love that Janet is watching us on her treadmill. That's another great energy right there. I love that.
Oh, someone here, Rowena said she's walked 163,000 steps this week. Wow.
Rowena, she's down 1.2 as well.
That's insane. Do we count calories as well? Someone in Facebook is actually asking us if we count calories. We do not count caloric intake. The only way we count calories is how many calories we burn.
Yeah. And we have a very high caloric burn set on our watches. Mine is set to 1,000 calories a day, and I attempt to get it every single day. The amount of work I need to do this is usually an hour of a step class, which is very high intensity, so high intensity interval training, coupled with either a walk or a stepping class. I have to do 2 exercises worth in a day to get my ring. Yeah. But I've set that for myself because I like to indulge. I like to have I like to know that if sometimes I eat a bit more at night, I'm covered by those extra points. Some days I just get 500 calories. Some days we decide we're not doing a full ring today. We're just gonna do 500.
What we'll do is we'll only get our 30-minute activity ring. So that way we know we did at least a 30-minute activity of some kind.
But the actual intake of food is all with points.
Yeah,
we do points. That's the way we do it.
It's all about the WW points.
Yeah, that's the way we've been taught. That's the way we were raised up to this point in terms of how to eat things. Okay,
now,
so
you know what I like as well as far as exercise. You put on the Facebook page about spell your name, and so. Yes. The letters of the alphabet that correlate with your name. And so I did that for a couple of nights. I was supposed to do it every day, but I didn't, but that's okay. Because it was like it ended up being like 60 push-ups. And I thought, what the heck is that? But that's okay, because it was great. It was 12 minutes and it was a great workout.
I actually am so glad you brought that up, Wanda. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Because the same thing happened last year.
I love what you just said there. You were like, oh, wow, I can't believe it's going to be like 60 push-ups. But instead of looking at it and saying, well, I can't do that, you said, I'm going to give it a shot anyways.
It was broken up, right? Because it was Wanda, like two A's. I think that was like 30 push-ups each. And then in Forte, a couple of R's there as well. So, but it was great. And I saw you doing the wall sit up. So I thought, well, Jean-Luc can do it. I can do it too. And that kind of was like a nice little break, but it was still working out your quads and stuff, right?
And we always say this, it's important to realize when we post these little challenges that are sometimes even above what we think we can even do, we just try them because it's worth giving it a shot.
And that's why we said it was an April month challenge. What we were trying to show you guys is if every day you try one letter or you try starting to spell your name every day, say the first day you do W. And on Tuesday, you're still trying W. Then Wednesday, you say W-A. Then W-A becomes W-A-N. And by the end of the month, you might spell your entire full name because you keep trying every day to do a bit more. That's what we want to encourage you guys to try. This journey is the same thing. We all think that.
I have to do the whole thing, Nick, because my daughter does CrossFit. She's in Korea. She's 37 years old. She has two little boys. She does CrossFit. She's doing handstands. Like headstands. So I mean, I've got to do the whole name because she can do it, and she's like,
so you're gonna keep working at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what we want people to do. That's
and Zena just asked what we were speaking of, and it was about the spell your name challenge that we posted in our group, and it was actually something we saw last year at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was funny because it's been a year now, so we're seeing things
from last
year where our first dance parties were being posted and our first
our workouts.
Well, this Fireside chat was not really like this. It was a live Sunday night show.
It wasn't on Zoom yet,
and then we weren't on Zoom yet, so it was kind of interesting to see how even we've evolved throughout this entire pandemic. So look at those challenges as being a new evolution of your new part of your journey, like saying
as you're doing them. Right, Jean-Luc, as you're doing the exercises, you build up your endurance. I remember your New Year's Eve dance off, and it was, I mean, I'm older, so the music I wasn't too crazy about. There was one older lad that was saying, like, play something from the 70s and stuff, and do Queen and all of that stuff that's coming back in. But I danced for an hour and 40 minutes. I never sat down. I danced. It's crazy how your endurance, you can build it up. So just by taking little steps.
Little steps. Little steps are the best way to do it.
It adds up. And I think the reason why we share is, again, it's the same mirror image to your journey. Every little bit adds up. So this week we were back at work.
Yeah.
We did our first 5K on Thursday. We actually ran a 5K. Our legs were killing us after we did it.
My thighs were dying. I was like, oh my goodness.
That's why the Charlie horse
question came up yesterday at the retreat.
Oh my gosh.
So but it was great. We actually did it, which was amazing. I was shocked that we were able to do it, and it was actually fun. And then yesterday our video came out with Wanda. Came out on.
No, that was last week.
Oh yeah, last week. Sorry, last week. Yesterday was the. I changed the thing.
No, it was our crackers.
Do we like the way it tastes?
Do we like the way it tastes? It was the made good crackers that are almost like goldfish
crackers.
We like them.
Yes, they were really good.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of them for a really low point. I think it was like 54 for like 3 or 4 points.
4 points, I think it was.
Yeah, so it's all in the video on our YouTube channel, so you guys can catch it all there. So, talk about habits first?
Sure.
So, this week's topic at W, and I love that we have Wanda with us today. Because Wanda, you're a guide, right? You're actually...
Yes, I'm a WW guide.
And so it's fun that we have you today, because the whole topic of habits is something that it gets talked about a lot in a lot of situations, like even at work and different areas of your life.
I think what ends up happening in my mind is we always think of habits in a negative way sometimes,
bad habits.
Right? We always think of bad habits, but not all habits are bad, and not all habits are extremely bad, but sometimes
maybe you need a name for a new word.
New word for habit.
Yeah, instead of habit, to make it more positive.
I'm thinking, but that we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea of we realize sometimes that we create habits, and sometimes those habits are good for a specific amount of time. But then eventually you need to tweak that habit sometimes. You can't sometimes always have the same habit all the time because we get comfortable and complacent with certain habits.
And so also you start veering off essentially sometimes when you do those. Example is measuring, right? You start having a habit of measuring everything, and eventually I know what that is.
Oh yeah.
And you start going, I know it's just like this.
I know 30 grams of cheese.
I know, and then it gets 30 grams.
Or sometimes you underestimate, right? Like it could be you're thinking it's more and it's not, so you're cheating yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I think a lot of us think of habits as a bad thing, but sometimes when you think about it, what?
Isn't this a teaspoon of peanut butter? I swear this is a teaspoon.
It is.
3 points.
Yeah, 3 points.
With your magnifying glasses on.
Oh yeah,
I like
definitely. So yeah, for me, I think that's the thing. I think habits, we think of them as negative things that, because of that reason, sometimes that discussion, you always start thinking of going to a bad place, but you sometimes can make a habit a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, habits should be good things.
And I think that's one of the things that we want to kind of talk about today, because one of the things that we've preached, or not preached, but told you guys, is how we've had to look at our own habits when we started in 2018 and not completely change them 100%. We always tell you guys that changing yourself in a 360 manner, where you're completely changing yourself, where you don't even recognize who you are anymore, often leads to failure, because again, you're longing for the person you used to be.
And it's because of the drastic change that we try to make immediately from the get-go. And we're not saying that eventually those habits won't become your new you, because we have realized that we've transformed.
Yeah.
But when we tried to do it too drastically, that's when we struggled the most.
Yeah.
Because we weren't able to keep anything consistent.
Example, every January we joined WW, for the first 6 years, we would go back to the gym and we would try to do body step, body attack without having worked out for months, and try to do these classes that you guys know how hard they are. And then we'd be wondering, why can't we do it anymore? Why are we? And then he would hurt himself and he'd be like, I can't do class for a few weeks anymore. And so instead of taking the steps of walking first and getting our stamina up slowly again, and making ourselves strong first and then going back, which is what we did this time. See, we took our 2 months to start breaking a habit. We take two months to start making ourselves just active first. But active didn't have to mean running a 5K right away. It meant walking first.
I love how everybody's posting different words in the chat about habits, like routine, practice, customary practice. I love that. And you know me with words. Words are huge in my journey. Like they shape my mind. They make me think of things in a different way. They add perspective. And because it's fun to switch the words out from time to time, because sometimes you just need that different way of looking at things.
So
because
Wanda,
as you said, habits got a negative connotation to it, or we put negative connotations to it. Ellen from Delaware talks about repeated good behaviors, routine, pattern, customs from Sarah and Amherstburg. A lot of good comments in the chat.
And I'm actually wondering for you, Wanda, were there habits that were you the same kind of person where you would join up and whenever you join on your journey, were you one of those, like, I changed myself completely when I started, or were you one of those gradual?
Oh yeah, I was, it had to be perfection for me. It had to be black or white. It couldn't be gray. And that's what's changed during my journey is I understand that, you know, we're imperfect, we're humans. We're going to make mistakes, and I guess that's another bad word, right? It's we learn rather than mistakes. It's learned behaviors that we change, and I've come to know that this is a journey that's going to last forever. It's never going to end for me, and sometimes it's kind of depressing, you know. I'm thinking I kind of like to go back to my old ways and do what I want to do and eat what I can eat, not have to exercise, but I never want to go back to 286 pounds. I know that for a fact. That's the breaking point.
And I think that's the thing that a lot of us start to realize as you start doing this journey. It doesn't mean that you still don't want to indulge or have those moments where you have fun. We do it still all the time. But it just means that you develop habits that your life is still enjoyable now.
And I think we have to remove that idea of back then was the only time we had fun when we were indulging, because I'm still having fun right now with the foods that I've created and the foods that I choose now. I have a great time with it. Like the fact that you, Wanda, were saying you took a recipe and you made turkey chicken balls with was it mango sauce?
Mango sauce, yep.
Yeah. Like, how does that not sound delicious? And does it sound like it's a WW meal? No, but it was definitely a friendlier version than going to a restaurant and buying it. But it was still fun and good and enjoyable, right?
Absolutely. And you learn things through this process as well, through this journey, right? You learn that even if I wanted to indulge the way I used to, I couldn't. My body wouldn't allow it. I would get sick, physically sick, mentally sick. So it's not worth it. And you know, I'm eating great food, healthy food, food that that's natural, that isn't processed. What's not to love about it? I told you guys about the Big Mac salad. I mentioned it on the interview. I took a picture of it and I thought, what diet? This isn't a diet. Like, who eats like this on a diet? Like,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, even for us, some of our meals are still big, but we eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of chicken and
well, we look at our plate sometimes and we're like, people are probably like, that's how much food is that? And we're like, well, it's all vegetables. Like, it's veggies.
And we love vegetables now. That's the thing that we value and embrace.
And WW definitely, Patricia, is not a diet. We know that 100%. It is a lifestyle for sure.
The other habit I'd like to talk about a little bit, guys, is the habit of the scale. I broke up with the scale a couple of months ago because I was obsessively on the scale and it was driving me crazy. A percentage of a pound, 0.4 of a pound. I was up, I was down. And I'd weigh myself like 3 and 4 times a day. It was nuts, just nuts, and was wreaking havoc with me. So I said, somebody on WW said, unless you feel really good about getting on that scale, don't get on it. So I weigh myself. My new habit is midweek on Wednesday and on weigh-in day on Saturday. And that's good enough for me. I put it in my Fitbit. I can see the trends and stuff. And I've stayed the same weight over COVID at my goal weight. Like, I've been up 3 pounds, but I brought it back down. But that's this journey. I'm able to maintain it. And that's the beauty of this program. You're able to maintain your weight.
That's the thing. It's the sustainability. It's the fact that we can actually do that now.
And you know what you said there, Wanda, which I really enjoyed, is the fact that you said you still are bringing in the scale into your journey, but you're monitoring the amount and the emphasis you're putting on it. So instead of saying, I'm giving the scale up cold turkey, like we try to do with so many foods, you're like, no, because I weighed myself daily for the last little while, I'm going to do it twice a week now instead of 7 days a week, which is great. It's like anybody with any type of addiction. It's like smokers. When you're a smoker, a lot of smokers try to wean themselves off instead of quitting to a cold turkey. So sometimes weaning yourself off is a way of getting rid of those habits.
We know for a fact, for the two of us, that this reason at this time, this journey has been successful is not just the fact that we discovered what the food and the activity were. We've talked about the mindset. But the last piece, the piece that's been crucial for us the last year was the community.
Every single one of you.
Last year at this time, we were struggling.
That's for you, Patricia.
Last year at this time, we were struggling. I don't know if you guys remember. We had just gotten back from our cruise. Jean-Luc got sick, went to the hospital right when COVID hit. He had his throat thing that happened. He had to get
an abscess
tonsil. And we had to cancel a bunch of stuff. We had to cancel our tour because we were actually doing an in-person tour. And we had gained weight at that point. We were actually had gained a bunch of weight. And so we ended up having to start back from basics last year when COVID hit. And you guys were all part of that. We were working out daily with you guys. You guys were helping us keep in check. We were working out at 7 a.m. every day with all of you. That got us going. The community kept us going.
And you guys, you know what? I honestly think this year has made me come to realize that it has really put the emphasis on this forever aspect of this journey.
Yeah.
That I'm going to need to be doing whatever I am doing forever. And my forever does not mean my weight's going to be the same forever. I've come to terms with that. I know in maybe 5 years, I might have to reassess where my goal weight is. Maybe in 2 years, depending on how my situation is. I might have to say, guess what? I can't keep this low goal weight. Or maybe I can start saying, wow, I can go lower. I feel more confident. I'm feeling more confident. I'm not giving myself any leeway of saying it's going to be only one way or the other. I'm saying who knows what will happen? Because again, life is unpredictable.
Jean-Luc, I see that there's some comments in the chat about the Big Mac salad, and I believe Sarah from Amherstburg posted the link for it. So enjoy.
Sarah, if you can share that in the Facebook group as well.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Sarah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. So others can actually.
Do you know what dressing you use, Wanda? Because I know
it was Thousand Islands, you know, and it was high enough. But I mean, I think the whole salad was about 8 points, and it's like you're eating. You know, Jean-Luc, you said you loved it. I know Nick wasn't crazy for that kind of food, but you know, 8 points for a huge. This was for lunch. I was stuffed.
And now you've put me to the challenge. How can I make a Thousand Island dressing a friendly?
Exactly. There you go.
I am now challenge accepted.
Yay!
Challenge
Thank
accepted.
You, Sarah.
I will figure out how to make a Thousand Island WW friendly Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, because you've got your Caesar salad dressing on your recipe site as well, right? And that's a really good one.
I do.
We released it a few days ago.
And now I've got the brains because I know what goes in Thousand Island. So now it's like coming up with a version of it, you know?
So again, are you working on your recipe book? We need it. Get it out. Get it going.
So it's a lot. Setting everything up, guys, is a lot of work. There's a lot of taxes involved and US and Canadian. It's very hard, and we're actually going to be we're seeking out help right now to help us set up because we don't know how to do this.
We want to make sure that it's done correctly.
I don't want to do something and have the IRS come like, hey, you guys need to pay $1 million. It's like, what? It's like, I don't want that to happen. So we're trying to do everything legit, and doing it legit plus having a full-time job takes a long time. Like we can only, if you think about it, we are on Fireside Chat with you guys. We do workshop visits all weekends. And we go to work every single day of the week. Plus, we do workshop visits during the week. So
I don't know how you guys do it. You're crazy altruistic. Thank you so much for all your time and your support. And thank you for working on the recipe book. Well, do everything legal, right?
It's coming. It's coming. It'll happen. We are making it happen.
It's going to be a bestseller. I know it.
Oh, there's so many things that we just can't wait.
We know that we know are coming.
Happening that we can't talk about yet.
Yeah.
But you know what? We love teasing every because it's so much fun to get people going. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
Just like when we showed the merchandise last week. So like we showed some of the sample merchandising we're working on, and that's the thing. Like we've been wanting to do this stuff for a long time. It's just how.
And we want to make sure that what we're doing, because we've always said this. Whenever we're when we know we can't take care of the merchandising ourselves, so we were going to be very honest, everybody. We're going to be outsourcing any type of merchandising, so the prices aren't going to be like. Us making a t-shirt ourselves and being able to sell them for $10. We have to go to companies that are able to do this.
Because we can't do it.
Because we can't physically have the time to do it But we have promised that a portion of whatever money we make is going to go to a charity of some kind.
We're going to pick each December. So we're going to be so we're trying to also figure that out. So it's a whole thing to figure out. So, but it's coming, guys. It's coming. It's coming.
It's exciting because we talked to a few people. We have a few meetings going on. We're going to say it. we have our wills being made right
Yes.
now. We actually decided finally that we needed to make a will. Like, and these are things that we don't often think about, or we do, but we put it on the back burner.
We talked about our wills 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We made a list 5 years ago of all the things we needed to do. One of them was the will, and it's still on that list, and we're finally getting it done. Because you know what?
What? I was just making sure Sarah was saying something about the recipe. We're good. Okay. I thought you were talking. So
we're now getting a will done as well. So we're trying to get all. Yeah, Rosie says again, you need a lovely assistant. Someday, maybe.
Yes, someday we will have a lovely assistant.
Someday.
Jean-Luc, jumping back to the to the salad again. Somebody already cut you to the quick. Helen says mayo, ketchup, and relish. 1 point for 2 tablespoons.
Oh. I was thinking the relish would be the highest point thing if you're looking at the sugars in it, but you can make a homemade relish and it would probably be just as good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. I love the fact that you have that there is a recipe out there.
So we're gonna bring Patricia.
Yes, Patricia. She's had her hand up, and I know she would love to chat with us in Wanda. Why, hello, lovely Patricia. You're still muted, just to let you know.
There we go. Everybody's sort of been touching on what I was thinking about, but it goes back to, and I've been really fixated on this for a while now. Jean-Luc probably knows what I'm talking about. The people who quit WW are the ones who focus on their weight and the ones who don't use their pillars. And it is just so key. And some members have come back to me and said, you know what? You were right. I put that scale away and I focused on meal prep and I'm down 3 pounds. And not more than one person has found that out. And it's so true. It's a metal box. And our celebrations of life and all the other things are so much bigger than that scale. The weight will come off. We will go down, but not when you fixate on it.
And you know what,
So
Patricia,
true.
it's true because we've heard people tell us so we've had someone share at a workshop once that when they heard us say stop focusing on the scale and that goal weight, just enjoy the fact that you feel good, she stopped worrying about it, and eventually she actually went below her goal weight and actually was losing more than that because she stopped focusing on the number.
And we've said it so many times, stress weighs more than fat.
Yeah.
Stress weighs
And
more than fat.
I wanted to share this tough love quote that I have about habits.
Okay.
I used it in my workshop last week. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, everybody sort of stopped and they thought, and it's like, it's true though.
And the
It's
scale
very
is
true.
just a piece of data, right? And
Yep.
recently I heard this and it hit me. In just a moment in time, like that can change. As I said to you, I was a repetitive weigher. It can change in 2 hours. It can change when you wake up. It changes before you go to bed. So why do
And
we
you
put
think
so much
that-
focus on it?
And weighing yourself is a habit that you can curb and you can make it part of a healthier habit for yourself. It's not like you're saying I'm getting rid of it completely, but you can make it's like with us with nighttime snacking. It's not getting rid of something completely. It's just how do I change it so it's still part of my life. It's not cold turkey, but I'm also have some control over it.
Or learning how to make it work for you instead of against you. Learning how
I
to
use my jeans now. I
Yeah.
use my
Yes.
new jeans, my size 10.
Yep.
They're a little snug, but I put them on every single morning rather than, because I used to be a daily weigher. And you know what? As long as those jeans are fitting, I know my weight is fine. And I still lose slowly. So I rather focus on the jeans and the scale.
I think you
Goal is
posted
coming.
something on that, didn't you, Patricia, recently?
About my jeans?
Yes.
Oh, probably. I post every day lots.
Good for you. That's a great indicator of your success. Absolutely. I've got a romper too that is, it shows a lot, and I'm showing it because I lost it and I'm flaunting it. But in the summertime, I can wear it at the camp, and that's the one piece of clothing that I try on because when I'm not weighing myself, I think this is going to be my indicator. I put it on if it's a little too tight around the middle section. I know it's time to get serious, a little more serious.
I think a lot of us have that clothing or that piece of item that makes us realize, oh, You know, I'm feeling this now. Like for me, it's when I start getting slide rolls on the side here. That's when I start noticing. When those start coming, like, oh, okay, you need to do a little more work there, Nick.
We call those love handles, Nick.
And in the drag roll, it's back rolls.
Back rolls.
Back rolls. Sorry, that's the drag roll.
No, I'm not going to go there.
Patricia, your kitty's so cute, Patricia.
Love it.
Yes,
Thanks so much,
great.
Patricia.
He's so cute.
Ooh.
So we'll go to Sarah next.
Sarah.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember your question, Sarah?
You know, panics. I'm not good at public speaking.
Oh,
that's
you're
okay.
great, Sarah. No worries.
I don't really go in here too much talking to you guys, you know, raising my hand very often. So the good news is I finally broke that plateau. I was in the 130s for like forever. I'm like, come on. I mean, over 4 months, I think almost 5 months. And I wasn't indulging, like I could see if I was having all these things. This is where I want to ask everybody, if anybody can say, okay, I know we're not supposed to really go by the scale, but you want to hit that. I want to hit that lifetime goal. I want to get the lifetime goal. That's, I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I want to get, the lifetime. That's my goal, is to get the lifetime goal. So it's frustrating. And then I finally broke it. I lost 2.5. Really great, happy. Then the week before that, it was like, after that, it was like maybe a little over a pound. Now I gained a half a pound, and I'm like, I'm not indulging though.
That's part of this, Sarah. That's part of the journey. And something else that I think I had the same problem. My goal weight used to be 164. That was my lifetime weight. I was not able to get there. And the stress of trying to get there actually made it worse for me, because it was destroying me physically to try to get to that number. It was not sustainable. It was something that was going to make me, I'll say it, make me become obsessed.
Doing exactly what you're doing right now by going, oh my God, I can't believe how stressed I am. You're holding yourself with so much tension. And instead of celebrating what you've already achieved, you're focusing on this little number that is absolutely nothing in this journey right now.
So Sarah, here's a suggestion for you.
But I only have 11 pounds to go.
Right. But so Sarah, here's a suggestion for you. And I think, just listen to me. What I had to do is I went to the doctors. I raised my goal weight with WW. But personally, I've reached that goal now. I'm lifetime at WW. But personally, I'm still trying to get to 164. I'm always going to try to get that number. But I'm no longer a paying member at WW. I've lost that stress. So if the stress for you is to get to lifetime, change your lifetime weight at W. Go see your doctor, get a new goal weight, change it, get to WW lifetime, get there, but keep working that weight you want afterwards.
Janet told me to do that. We were on the phone. She's great. I love you, Janet. She told me, and others have told me, but now I feel like I kind of, because really my goal weight is 125, but I was trying to make it 120 because I'm only 5 feet. So so I would be happy at 125. So really, it's way less than when I'm going for the 120 to my original goal.
But I think, again, Sarah, you're focusing so much on a number right now.
How do you feel right now?
How do you feel?
Health-wise.
Not about the number.
Yeah, not mentally.
My diabetes, everything reversed out.
So why does the number matter? Why does that number matter then? If you feel
amazing, that number except for you.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. You want the lifetime, but
think about all the great things you're doing for yourself, Sarah. Your diabetes is
clothes, my clothes
exactly
smaller. I feel great.
And many of us have been where you are, but you have to let go of that number, please. As the guys say, please let go of it.
The pictures, the selfies, and the pictures are coming out so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what you should be celebrating right now. That's what you should be appreciating.
So Sarah, I think the thing that you're thinking is lifetime at WW is not a static number. That can be changed. You can go see your doctor and say, I'm with WW, I've lost X number of pounds, I'm at this number, is that an okay goal weight? My doctor said yes. He wrote me a note saying Nick's goal weight is now 170 pounds. I went to WW, gave him that, they changed my lifetime weight. So now, when I get to 170, I'm lifetime. But does that mean I stop there? No, I'm still trying to get to 164. So your 120 could be your goal for after lifetime.
How much weight have you lost, Sarah?
A ton,
I
a lot.
hit the 50 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Good
amazing.
on that. Yay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
we helped
incredible.
Sarah.
Take pictures.
I have.
Yes.
And there's body dysmorphia that goes on too, right? You look at yourself and you think, I'm still 50 pounds heavier, but you're not exactly. Think of all the things you can do. Think of the exercise movement.
Now how do you get rid of this?
No, it's great. There's no fat there anymore. It jiggles, but it's okay.
We all have it.
It's all there. You know what? You have to love who you are. And I think that's what the hardest part, Sarah. Start loving your journey. Start loving what you've accomplished. Stop thinking what you haven't done. Start thinking of what you've already done and that you continue to do daily. That number right now of the 0.5 in this, you're giving yourself so much stress. And I'm going to be honest, Sarah, it will never happen if you keep focusing on it the way you are.
I don't want to give up, and I don't want to, like Nick told me before. Remember you told me that? You don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Look at your
And you don't
confidence already. You're taking your hands away from your face and stuff. Look at that. You've got a new lease on life. Go for it, girl.
Raised your hand tonight and talked, which is something you've never done. You've very rarely done on when we were live. So think of what you've done and what you need to do anymore because you're there. You've made lifetime, Sarah. You've made goal. Start treating yourself with those thoughts. I'm already there. I'm at that life. I feel great. I feel fantastic. I look good.
Woo.
I'm proud of myself.
You're practicing maintenance by being at the plateau, right? You're practicing maintenance because we that are a lifetime are doing maintenance.
That plateau was dreadful. That was like almost 5 months of that. I'm sorry.
I was on a plateau for 9 months. And the key is to never give up because that's part of the journey.
And I know lots of things. The power of 3. I attended both times. Oh my God. Now I just feel unstoppable.
That's awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much for raising your hand. Thanks, Sarah. So I'm going to get, I think Zena's next. Oh no, Rosie was next. So add Rosie. She couldn't mute herself, but I asked her anyways.
Hi. So what I wanted to say is because it's going to be directed towards Sarah, and it motivated me to say, Sarah, I have been doing quote unquote everything right since COVID hit, and I've gained maybe 10 pounds. I run. I eat everything I'm supposed to be eating. Your body, you've got to remember that your body and your mind are very closely connected. And if you focus on that so much, your body is just not going to go where you want it to go. If I were to do I'm not even close to goal. I don't care what my goal is at this point. But what I'm trying to say to you is, and it's to everybody, anybody who's focused on that number and stressed, the stress really does not help. And your body is going to do what it wants to do. Your body has been used to a certain weight. It's going to take a little time because it's going, hey, buddy, what the heck are you doing? There's all sorts of reasons why your body does what it does. But the more you focus on that, the more you obsess with that half pound, the 1 pound, I've been going up and down between 3 pounds for 2 months now, but I know it'll eventually go away. So just, really what has to happen is it's a lot of the issues that are mental health. I'm not saying you have mental health issues, but it's a mental health issue. And let's be honest here. Most of us have some form of anxiety and stress and shame that are connected to how we feel about ourselves, because that's where we ended up getting to ourselves. Some people will say you're crazy, minor questions or this, that, and the other thing. But there's mental health issues, and taking care of your mental health is one of the best things I have done in the last 2 years that has been a part of my journey. And if I hadn't done that, for sure, I'd be done. I'd been like, screw this. I gained 10 pounds and I've done everything right. So really what you need to do is stop and breathe. And I understand you want to hit that goal. I know you're very close. But your brain and your body are not dealing with that. And so really just focus on positive and be as positive, because and you say this to a whole bunch of people, so who all are in various parts of their journey, who are feeling, I'm struggling too, but I'm farther struggling than when you are. So anyway, that's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Rosie.
But it's true. It is about loving yourself, right? It is about discovering the things that are making you feel amazing. I'll tell you, we'll be honest, guys, and learning to not use the scale as a measurement of success was part of our success. It was part of the reason why we became successful on this journey. We stopped focusing on that stupid number because the weeks we would both gain. So this is the pattern, guys. We'd walk into WW studio, weigh in, we'd both lose weight. It was celebration time. Woohoo, party, we did well.
Saturday's free night.
We'd be chatty at the meeting, great. The weeks we'd walk in, he'd lose and I'd gain. I'd shut up, not talk every day.
Talk to me all day.
I'd be morose, I wouldn't talk about it. He'd be all happy, I'd be sad.
No, I couldn't say anything.
Vice versa, if it was me in the opposite way, he was the same way. He'd be down, I'd be happy, he'd be down. If both of us gained, it was the end of the world. It was destruction city. It's like, this isn't working. We couldn't support each other.
Why do we bother even coming?
Why bother? And that's what the scale did to us. Because we often use that to control and dictate how well we were doing on our journey. When we stopped using that as a measurement, we stopped using it as a barometer to say, what do we do next?
I like what Julie said in the chat. It's almost funny, like when we hit this word goal. The word goal sometimes makes us feel like there's like a finale to it. So maybe in your mind, you have to change that vocabulary again and saying, goal is not what I need. I need to be my healthy weight. And maybe, Sarah, you're already at your healthy weight. You are not already, not maybe. You are at your healthy weight. You are at the weight your body wants you to be. And now you need to be happy about that.
Jean-Luc, changing your behavior, one of the behaviors of the habits that we have. Whenever I was on my journey, way in the beginning, when I realized that I was no longer a candidate for bariatric surgery, because that's where I was headed, that was such a great barometer for me. That was, it wasn't a number. It was just, I wasn't morbidly obese anymore. I couldn't go and get somebody else do it. And I'm not saying anything about those that have gotten bariatric surgery, but that was a milestone for me. So instead of a number, it was, I'm getting myself healthy. That's what I should be focusing on.
So we have Zena on audio. Zena, you have a question for us?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Sarah for sharing because it really resonated with me. And that's exactly where I am right now in my journey. And I'm at the halfway mark. I've lost 15 pounds. I have to lose I'd like to lose another 30, but I guess it's 15. And for 3 weeks now, I've been Sammy, oh no, Sammy, oh, shit, sorry, I just pushed my dog. Sammy, sorry.
Hey, Zena.
He goes nuts when he hears something outside. I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
Okay, it's okay. That's what the loop about, right?
He's a crazy dog. Can you still hear me over this?
You're good. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, I just want to shut him up a bit. No, he's quiet now. Sammy. Yes. So I've been at the same weight. Just gonna tell my husband to take care of him because he's a bit nuts. Sorry. Sammy, go see
We'll
Daddy.
Go back to your case, Zena. So we'll do Gianna next, and we'll bring back Zena when she can.
Hi, Jana.
Hey, Jana.
Hi, everyone. Wanda, it is such a pleasure to get to
so nice to see you in person too. Yeah.
No, I just want to say that you have helped me and inspired me from, like, I think I've known you throughout your entire journey, right? And we've kind of connected on Connect, and I loved following Wanda's journey. She's so inspirational. And
as you are. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
And I just wanted to tell her, I think that you should share a story. I was stalking your post, trying to look for this one, but I think it was a response you put on one of my posts about when you were in Walmart or drugstore or something, and how the strangers kind of looked at you sideways. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes. I think I remember it. We have a trailer over in the States in Messina because we live in a border town, Cornwall, Ontario, right on the border of Messina, New York State. And we just come out of church, my husband and I, and we went to Walmart because it's our favorite place to shop. Like and JC Penney, now that I've lost my weight, right? Like
Yeah.
I had my credit card up to there's good things about COVID because I had my credit card up to 700. Now I'm making my last payment next month. But anyways, so yeah, I love to dress up, and we were in Walmart and this lady came up and she said, you must be from Canada. And I didn't know her. And I said, yes. And why do you say that? And she said, because you Canadians are always dressed to the nines. And look at those legs, she said. Wow. So that made my week.
Yeah, especially a compliment like that.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I love to dress up, Jana, and you look incredible too. You've had an incredible journey as well. You're a coach, I understand. And I haven't had the pleasure of joining in on one of your sessions, but I certainly will.
Oh, you will. Awesome. Yeah, no, I just love the way that I want to be you when I'm a senior.
68 years old and counting. And I thought, when I was 18, I thought I'm not going to make it to 21. And maybe I wouldn't have if I had kept on my streak. I've always been about 240 pounds. I went up to 289 and my cutoff was, I can't go to 300. I know that. And again, all due respect to anybody who's there, because I've been there and I've lost, as many of us have, and gained like probably 500, 600, 700 pounds, right? And that in itself is dangerous. So I'm not.
Well, I really looked forward to your weekly posts and your updates, and when you were in Korea, I just thought that was just amazing how you went there and helped your daughter and brought up.
She went there and she was successful. She lost weight in Korea without having the app with her. She was successful.
I had the app with me, Nick.
Oh, no meetings. Yes, no meetings.
No community.
But no meetings because like the Koreans, the Asians are all small. Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm generalizing again and I'm trying not to say anything, but it's true. They're all tiny and they dress so beautifully and stuff, and nobody needs to, although there's Western food like McDonald's and stuff, so some of them are having weight issues, but there's no Weight Watchers over there. There was one in Germany when I was there. But I was able to, to continue my journey with the app. Thank goodness for the app. And I got a personal trainer. He wanted to learn English. I wanted some personal work, help. And he said something that was key to me. He said, your strength is your consistency. And that stayed with me because that's what this journey is about, right, Jana? It's about being consistent as much as possible. If you fall off for one meal or one day or 1 week or 1 month, you get back on the train again. You never give up.
Oh yeah, I was never perfect. Never ever.
We still aren't. We still aren't.
No, and we'll never be. I will never be perfect.
Because to me, that striving for perfection caused more headaches than success.
I don't want to be perfect. Yeah. Being perfect means you're being held to this godlike stature. And we are human. We make mistakes. And the mistakes, what's the beautiful part of the mistakes that we make, everybody, is we learn from every single one of them. Yeah. We learn and we get stronger because of them. We don't get weaker, we become stronger because of them.
Yeah. I just wanted to thank you, Wanda, because you gave me a lot of hope. I started at 285 as well, and just seeing other people succeed and being able to do it, just keep putting yourself out there because you are helping so many.
Thank you, Jana. And these guys are incredible too. Like, there's so many success stories here. People say, oh, you've lost 150 pounds. That's, yes, that was a struggle, but I'm happy that I had the chance to get here. People that have 10 pounds to lose, we know how difficult it is to get 10 pounds, to get 5 pounds off. So, not negating any of those efforts. We're all in this together. But thank you for your beautiful comments, Jana.
Oh, thanks, Jana.
Thanks, Jana. I love how you said that too, Wanda, is the fact that it doesn't matter where you are, where you start on this journey. If it's 5 pounds that you want to shed, if it's 10 pounds, if it's 15 pounds, it's a personal struggle for every single individual out there.
Jean-Luc said
for every single pound.
We don't like competition. It includes weight. Weight is not a competition. You're not competing with other people that have lost more than you. It's not a competition. This is about yourself. It's about your journey, what you need to do. Nobody else matters in this. If someone, Joe Piscopo next to you lost 100 pounds, that's okay.
It's like, that would be silly for me to look at Nick and say, I can't believe you lost 120 pounds. If I only lost 100.
I win.
does that make sense? Do you hear that does that sound even like, but there are some of us that might think that in our head where, oh, well,
people think that because that's why people say only lost 30 pounds. I only walked 2 kilometers. You compare yourself to others and you think what you're doing is minuscule to anyone else.
Because of the world that we live in. Yes. Everything's a competition, right? And the glamour magazines, you have to be this weight. You can't be a model unless you're that tall. Do what's right for you. Do what's healthy for you. Do what feels good for you.
So we do have Zena back and we'll get her question. Hi, Zena.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, no interruptions this time. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just what Sarah was saying about the weight. I'm struggling right now with middle ground, and I find it very difficult, and I'm trying all kinds of ways to figure it out, like to either go on maintenance for a while, because I've listened to a lot of podcasts that just size me, that say that that's a good way to do it, get used to maintenance, and then go back to your plan. But it's not really working, so it's just really tough, I find. But I think it's the mindset, like you said, Nick, and the like shifting something in my head has to make a shift and realization. And what you said actually is really good and might really help me, so I really appreciate that, to change it to the higher BMI instead of the middle, which is not really realistic. And then I can always go down from there, because I have a number in mind. And I know the scale, blah, 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 it's not good and you shouldn't be focused on it. But I don't know, for me, it's always been there as long as I can remember. And it's always been my guide. So it's tough. Yeah.
I think, Zena, that's the generation that we live in. And that's the generation
diet mentality.
That whole mentality of everything weight loss is scale related, because weight loss is scale oriented.
It's part of it.
But if you actually start looking at this as being your wellness journey and not your weight loss journey, and start thinking of how well you're doing things and how different you're making your life and how things are being improved, the scale will catch up. And you can't expect it to happen right away. That's that whole idea of nothing's going to happen overnight. And when I say right away, I mean right away meaning 5 months, 6 months. That's not that's like, if people who lose rapidly, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Some people's bodies are just different and adjust differently to different
right. That's another issue actually that I have, is that I had it in mind that I wanted to get to my goal by July, because that's when my birthday is. And that's not happening. So I've changed that. So I'm slowly progressing a little bit. But it's tough. It's really it's tough, because if you have something in mind, and it's interesting that it's happening exactly at the halfway mark, and that it's like something has shifted, something happened, and I'm not moving. So it's
Zena, just an example. We said this often at our workshop, and this is for both Zena and Sarah. Imagine a scale. I'm inventing a new scale today. The scale, when you get on it this next week, it'll say, "Wow, Sarah, that outfit you're wearing looks amazing on you." The next week, Zena, my outfit says, "Wow, your blood sugar went down by 0.1. Wow, Sarah, your fat content on your body went down 2%. Our scales don't tell us this. They don't tell us all these other measurements that are improving. And I think that's why we're trying to say that number is such a detriment, because if we care only about that number, you're missing out on all the other pieces that are being changed in you.
That when you actually want to add the numbers up, add all the good things you're doing to yourself. And those numbers are much higher, I'm telling you, than the number on.
And I love, Zena, that you said that you're removing the time frame. Yes. That was a big issue for us too. Our time frame issues were so massive that if we were to lose, if we set a time frame of 10 pounds for a date and we lost 9.9, we would get mad at ourselves for not getting that 0.1, and it would derail us.
Time frames put us into a box that sometimes we can't get out of.
That's perfect. I should write this stuff down. I got to write this stuff down, because that's priceless. That's great.
And what about exercise? That number, Zena, that number can be the same over a year, but if you're working out very consistently, you can lose inches without pounds. And you'll change clothes sizes without losing a pound. It's been shown on Connect. Mrs. Potter, Caitlin Potter, she's an incredible workout person. She's a WW member, and she's shown on one of her posts that she didn't lose 1 pound over a year, but you can see the dramatic difference. So think about that.
Okay. This is all great. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing, Zena.
Thanks.
So for everyone else, we are at the end of the show. So we will talk to you guys. Stay tuned. Stay behind, please. Don't lower your hands. Please keep them up. We do want to talk to you guys after we're done with ending the live stream. So Wanda, we want to thank you so much for joining us this week for our fireside chat. We will bring you back after we're done the live stream if anybody else has any more questions for you. But we're ready then for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I do a shout out to my Cornwall
Of course.
Please.
Peggy and Marjorie and anybody else that's from Cornwall. Thank you for joining us.
You have a lot of fans out there, Wanda. Not only Jana, but I know Marjorie was super excited that you were going to be here tonight. There's a few people that were like, oh my God, we love Wanda.
Yeah,
and you are
so
such an inspiration to so many, Wanda. I love that you share your age, your weight loss, your journey. Not only were you infectious to all these people, but your own family as well. So if you haven't had a chance to watch Wanda's interview, I really suggest you do, because she's been through quite the journey. Not only did she not do it in Canada for most part, she was across the pond, way across the pond, and was still able to find success. But more than that, she found herself, and she helped her family. Which is all.
Thank you guys for the opportunity. I love you guys so much.
Oh, we love you too.
And Wanda, if you can in chat, share or can you just tell us what your Connect handle is so people can follow you on Connect in Canada?
Yeah, I will do that.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'm so glad we got to do this today. I love having people come in. And there's more people coming soon. We actually have some announcements today in terms of stuff coming up. So you want to talk about your fundraiser for your birthday?
Yes. So I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'll talk about it again. So this morning, Jean-Luc was on Facebook, and it said, oh, look, you can do a fundraiser for your birthday. Jean-Luc was playing with some buttons, didn't realize he actually posted it live. I thought I canceled it. But people started donating, and I'm like, oh my goodness, people are donating. And it was like, kept going. So
and it's for Alzheimer's.
Super touched, and thank you everybody who's donated already to the Alzheimer's Association of Canada, because it's a sickness that is near and dear to me. My dad is a dementia patient, and we had to put him in a nursing home. And so
he does not remember us right now.
No,
he does not remember me or Jean-Luc anymore.
And this year has been one of the hardest years because
he's been locked away.
It's not like we can be with him, and we've just seen
he's forgotten
deteriorate.
Everyone.
We've seen him deteriorate, and we've seen him just not be who he is anymore. And so if we can somehow help those people and just get the support that they need, and hopefully maybe someday there is some way to get this cured. And I know it's a dream of mine to find a cure for this debilitating disease. But if we can help these individuals who are just physically there, but mentally not able to cope with things anymore. So thank you all for supporting this cause, and it means the world to me. So
this week also, so a body chair one last free class is this Monday, if I remember correctly. So if you've not tried the class from a body, the chair exercise tomorrow is your last chance to try it for free. And then class will become regular. I think she's having more than one day a week.
Yes.
So she'll be releasing those details. She's also doing a fundraiser this Wednesday. So if you're already a body member, don't worry, just join her class. But for anybody who's not a body member,
they're asking for either a $5 donation, and one $5 donation goes to one ticket to get put into a draw to win something, and $10 gets you 3 tickets to get put into the draw. So go to the Abadi page to get more information. But it's $10 to join Matilda saying Monday and Wednesday, which is fantastic. So please check that
Monday,
out.
Wednesdays for the classes for chair one, and then $10 is to join the thing on Wednesday.
Yeah, $10 is the fundraiser on Wednesday.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Coming up, so next on April 17th, so next Saturday is Have You Met Nicole? So our next interview, she's here tonight.
She's got her hands up.
She has her hand up right now. So she's next. She's coming up. Her interview next Saturday, and then Jean-Luc's birthday.
My birthday is next Sunday.
Well, yeah, but
my birthday is on Sunday. But on Saturday, we are having a We're calling it an entertainment night.
Yes, an entertainment night.
Because it might not start with a dance party. I think I might want to sing a few songs, and we might want to get other people to sing a few songs too. But then it'll turn into a dance party. Eventually, we will do a dance party. But I kind of want, if you guys have a joke you want to tell, I want it to be fun. I want us to have a fun night. I want us to tell some funny stories. And just...
So for anybody wondering, it's this Zoom room, same link. It's going to be at 8 p.m. next Saturday. Yeah. For those of you in our group, the links will be posted there as well. But we're not sharing it all over social media. This is a private event for only the VIPs. The VIPs, we'll call you. Oh, that's what we should call the group, the VIPs.
The VIPs.
The VIPs.
Oh, I like that. You guys are VIPs.
I love it. I love it. So also Fireside Chat on April 25th. Nicole will be our guest chat. She'll be doing the same thing Wanda did with us tonight. Yep. So she'll be joining us on that Sunday. I
can't believe we're already talking about May.
Yes.
But on May 1st, we have another episode of Have You Met Carol?
Yes.
We all know Queen. The Walking Queen, young and sweet only. I don't know how old she is, but 17.
So she's coming up on May 1st, and then she'll be our guest on May 9th on our Fireside Chat. And then after that will be Jana. So Jana, we're reaching out to you soon to start scheduling some dates. So look for a message from us coming
She's
up.
Like, sure, I'll be there. She's like, I'm here every Sunday.
Virtual workshops this week. Monday, we're in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tuesday, we're in Nanaimo, BC.
And then next Saturday, we're in Saint-Rose, Quebec, en français. And then we are with WW Coach Michael G on Saturday at 9:30 a.m.
Our first national in the U.S.
workshop
that we were invited to. Our first one. He reached out to us.
Yeah. And then we're in Sunnyvale, California, and Anchorage, Arkansas.
Alaska.
Yeah, Anchorage, Alaska. What am I saying that? Whoa, man.
And Sunday, we're in Brooklyn Park, Sloat, New York, Riverdale, New Jersey, New York City, 23rd and 5th, New York, Los Angeles, Ladera, California, and La Verne, California. So a lot of workshops is next weekend. And I think we're ready to go for it.
We are. So I hope you guys had a great Sunday. Again, thank you, Wanda, for being here with us tonight. Thank you for just being you. Thank you all, every single one of you, for being here with us again tonight. You guys really make our week. You start us off on the right foot to venture out into this crazy world. We're still in lockdown in Ontario.
Yeah, since November. Woohoo!
So have a great week, everybody. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube.